Welcome back to Good Day Southeastern. Our sincerest apologies for our technical difficulties today. I'm Brittany Dokes, and today we're going to talk about the Enlightened Lions program at the Counseling Center. We also have the Food Pantry's Claudio Franc here to talk about how we can all support this campus effort. Dr. David Burley is also here on Good Day to talk about the Social Justice Series. And as always, our CAB co-host Megan Blomquist is here to tell us about everything that's going on with CAB this week. But first, it's March 9th, and here's what's happening. Firstly, after a soft opening on last Wednesday, I'd like to say welcome to all of you who are watching via YouTube simulcast. We're so excited to finally have this capability, and we hope that it increases our reach here at Good Day Southeastern. Southeastern Zone 90.9 KSLU has started their Buku Fest ticket giveaway, where you can win a pair of general admission tickets to see artists like Tyler the Creator, Megan Thee Stallion, Run the Jewels, Alice in Wonderland, and more. Go over to their Facebook page to find out how to enter to win. Today and tomorrow, the golf team will be competing at the Colin Montgomery Invitational in Houston, Texas. Tomorrow, the women's basketball team will have a Southland Tournament send-off at the University Center, Gate 3, at 10:15 a.m. The baseball team will visit Louisiana Tech tomorrow at 6 p.m. Good Day Southeastern is brought to you in part by the Student Government Association and Stowaway Coffee. Stowaway is located on Southwest Railroad in Ponchatoula and is open 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, 7 to 6 on Saturday, and 8 to 5 on Sunday. You can follow them at Stowaway Coffee House on Instagram. Coming up next, we're talking about the Enlightened Lions program at the Counseling Center. Stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Danielle Perez de Corcho, and I am the ESL Program Director at Southeastern Louisiana University. One of my favorite things about our ESL program is that we have small class sizes so that each student is supported as they work towards their specific goals.
Hi, my name is Mike. I'm an ESL student from Southeastern. My favorite part of ESL program is the listening and speaking.
I chose the ESL program because it's the most affordable that I found in the area. Coming to the ESL program has been helping me to improve my English in so many ways. After 2.5 years, I can speak with more confidence, I understand everything, and I can have a real conversation. Having homeworks, presentations, essays, and so many activities, I've been improving not just speaking, but writing and listening too.
We welcome students of all ages and backgrounds to apply and continue their education with us. For more information, please visit our website at www.southeastern.edu/ESL, or you can send us an email at esl@southeastern.edu. You can also call us at 985-549-5924 for more information.
Annette Newton-Boughton is the Assistant Director of Programming and Outreach as a full-time counselor at the University Counseling Center. She is a licensed professional counselor as well as a licensed marriage and family therapist and is currently working with the Southeastern Collegiate Recovery Programming. So, Ms. Annette, today there's a word on the block about a new program being offered by the University Collegiate Recovery Program. Can you tell us more about that program?
So in the fall, we started offering support groups, and I know we've talked a little bit about, the things that we're offering as far as like an anxiety group, and there's various recovery groups that we also have here in Queer. But I think part of the quandary of the counseling center is really, a lot of times we think of support groups or groups that we want to offer, but we don't necessarily know if that's what the students want or they're going to use.
Yeah.
So somebody came up with the idea of offering workshops on various topics and then seeing what kind of participation we get from that. Those workshops can then be launched into a support group.
So this program is a result of student feedback.
It's a result of offering groups that nobody attended in the past. Or very low participation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who specifically is this program, this series who is it gonna be for specifically?
Well, we're offering it out of the collegiate recovery space, which we also wanted another opportunity to bring people into that space. So any Southeastern student that wants to attend can attend.
Yes.
The topics are definitely recovery enhancing.
Mm-hmm.
So our students in recovery can definitely benefit, but really any Southeastern student can attend.
So what are some of the topics that are going to be talked about?
Well, we have had a recent interest to offer more for people who have body image and eating disorder related issues. So the first one will be Food and You, which is mostly body image, body positivity. But I think through that workshop, we'll be starting an eating disorder support group. It'll be Mondays from 3:45, I think, to 4:45.
Mm-hmm.
So we're excited about that. We're also doing a grief workshop, one on Love Shouldn't Hurt, which is kind of like domestic violence, healthy, unhealthy relationships. I'll be offering the Allies in Recovery training, which is how to support somebody in recovery as well as look at the destigmatization of substance use disorder.
Yes.
We're also offering our second Narcan training. So we offered one already in the spring. We'll be offering another one. And then the last workshop will be on anxiety.
Okay, so it sounds like a variety of skills being offered through this workshop.
Absolutely, yeah.
So what makes this program, this session, different from any other session that can be offered?
Well, I think what's cool is it's a one-shot workshop.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we'll be able to gauge, it's the ability to have a discussion on a certain topic. It's informal, so because you're not necessarily engaged in the formal process of a support group or one-on-one counseling.
Yeah.
But I think it's the ability of those people to get together and discuss that and then see kind of where it goes from there.
Okay. Who are some of the leaders that will lead the workshop?
Our interns.
Okay.
Our interns. So we have like Allie and Dalina are doing the Healthy Food and You, which we're really excited about. I know Brant and Jane are doing the grief. Laura's doing Love Shouldn't Hurt, and then I think Mauricio is doing anxiety. So this is also an opportunity for our graduate students to kind of showcase their skills.
Yeah, that's a great opportunity. So as a student coming in, what are some expected outcomes for the students to leave with by the end of the series?
I think for them, it's a way to kind of have an opportunity to focus on those topics in a hopefully safe atmosphere and learn some stuff. And I think, sometimes we think like, oh, well, like this person needs counseling.
Mm-hmm.
And some people do need counseling. And, sometimes that looks like, 6 sessions, 8 sessions or more.
Yeah.
Some people benefit from reading books.
Yeah.
Some people benefit from taking a vacation. Some people benefit from just going to a workshop. So I think for people who don't need a lot, could be really great.
Okay, so how might one be able to sign up for the program?
So I'm so excited because if you go to the University Counseling Center, there's actually now a Google form where you can just basically reserve your spot in the workshops.
Okay.
So you can mark yes to whichever one you would like to go to.
Okay, and the start date for this program?
Well, we're going to kick off with the body image on March 17th.
March 17th. And afterwards, it'll take place every
Tuesday at 4:00
at the
at the space, at the recovery space on North Campus.
Okay.
At the North Oaks Commons.
All right. That'll be all that we have for today. Up next, we'll have Brittany with the next segment of our show.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thank you.
What do you love most about being a student athlete at Southeastern?
So I chose teammates for life because on our golf team, nobody's from the same spot, but the friendships we've made once we graduate, I know we'll always be friends, we'll always see each other, we'll always come back and visit.
For years, Mary has told me about the intense level of care her beloved son, Stephen, requires just to live his life in a meaningful way. Mary and Stephen have always relied on Options to provide that care. Mary trusts Options and knows they will give Stephen the best quality of care possible. Options puts the needs of everyone they care for first and ensures that the necessary care is provided by designing a personal care plan for each individual. Options' dedication to quality care brings joy, caring, self-worth, and a sense of family to the many men and women with disabilities Options serves. To learn more, go to optionsforyou.org.
Dr. David Burley joins us next to talk about Southeastern Social Justice Series. And why don't you just tell us a little bit about what that is? Dr.
Yeah,
Burley?
absolutely.
Welcome to Good
Thank
Day.
you.
This is your first time
Thank
here.
you. Yes, it's
All right.
a pleasure. Nice work you guys are doing here.
Thank you so much. So why don't you tell us about this Social
Sure.
Justice Series, exactly what it is?
Absolutely. Okay, so the Department of Sociology and Criminal Justice, which I am a part of, I'm the associate professor there. I'm an environmental sociologist in our department. And we put on a social justice speaker series every year. And what that is we try to promote and bring in people that are out there in the world doing work on social justice issues. So this is our 15th year.
Okay.
The event this year is this Thursday, March 12th, that is, yeah. March 12th at 2 p.m. in the student ballroom that's on the third floor of the new Student Union.
Okay.
And the topic is environmental justice. And so we're bringing in 3 speakers. And I am, being an environmental sociologist, I'm going to moderate the panel.
Okay.
So, and there'll be a lot of time for Q&A. And the 3 speakers we're bringing in are Sharon Levine from Rise St. James, and she is the director of that organization in St. James Parish, which is trying to fight the placement of Formosa chemical plant. It's a plastics plant that is going to make plastics for things like plastic forks. And they think we might have enough plastic forks in the world.
Probably.
Right.
Yeah.
And so they don't want another chemical plant that it's going to really just, as from their view, have low-wage jobs and a lot of negative health consequences.
Exactly.
St. James Parish already has a slew of chemical plants that haven't given the wealth that they promised, and has really just brought higher than the national rate of cancer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so she's going to be there. Ann Rolfs is the executive director of Bucket Brigade, and they are an environmental justice organization that's based out of New Orleans, but helps communities fight against the placement of chemical plants, oil refineries, any hazardous factories all along the Gulf Coast and mostly in Louisiana.
Okay.
And so she's going to be there talking as well. They do a lot of work with St. James, Rise St. James, and General Russell Honore. He is the executive director of the Green Army, and he's sort of famous in that he was one of the leaders for the Army, the U.S. Army, in the cleanup and rescue efforts in New Orleans after Katrina. And he's kind of famous for this line that went viral at the time called, "We got to fight the stupid." That's what he was.
I remember
his
that.
big line.
Yes,
right? Really?
I do.
You're kind of young.
Thank you. I will accept that.
Yeah, but so that's great though. So he's a really great guy. He's always got the cigar, real general type of guy. And But he, after his experience with Katrina and always concerned about environmental justice issues, started the Green Army, which does a lot of work in New Orleans, and they're working with Rise St. James as well. So that's going to be a really, really interesting panel, and, it shows students how they can get involved, what they can do, and certainly about really big issues here in Louisiana. We have, one out of every 2 men are going to get cancer in their lifetime.
Oh my goodness.
And 1 out of every 3 women are going to get cancer sometime in their lifetime.
Wow.
Right? And of course, here in Louisiana, we have Cancer Alley, not a fun name to have.
Right, exactly.
That area along the Mississippi River between Baton Rouge and New Orleans,
Yep.
and really all the way down to the mouth of the river
Gulf,
in
right.
Plaquemines, right? Where the cancer rates are much higher than those stats that I'm just giving you, right? And so, these are things we need to deal with, aside from the issues that all these things are contributing to the climate crisis.
For sure. Yeah. So the event is open to the public besides just the campus community?
Yes.
Okay.
Anybody can come, and we want to encourage anybody from the community who's interested to come.
Okay. And they'll have time to ask and answer
Yes.
questions, of course. Are there going to be any other activities for them to get involved with at this panel?
Yeah, at the panel, we'll have our department has some vibrant student organizations that will have tables outside. Standout is the LGBTQ organization on campus. They'll have a table. The Sociology Student Association will have a table.
Okay.
And directly linked is Reconnect.
Yes.
They are the environmental student club on campus, which I am the faculty advisor for. They'll have a table outside. And as a spin-off event to the Social Justice Speaker Series, in a direct way to get involved, this would be perfect because we'll be hearing people who are doing this work out in the world. And then the following week on March 17th, on Tuesday, Reconnect and our department are hosting representatives from the Sunrise Movement.
Okay.
And the Sunrise Movement is a national movement of youth, primarily high school and college students. And that movement that organization grew out of the work of Greta Thunberg, who is the very famous and wonderful young Swedish high school student who started walking out of high school because she thought the climate crisis was something that adults weren't addressing at all, right? And so she, of course, spurred all those high school walkouts last spring.
Time Person of the Year.
Yeah, that's right.
All that good stuff.
Yeah. So this movement grew out of her work, and so we'll have 2 representatives coming in, 2 young people to do some education and organizing workshops.
Okay.
On March 17th, one at 10 a.m. 10:30 a.m. on Tuesday, March 17th in Student Union Room 2202, and then another one at 1 o'clock in Student Union Room 2202, and they won't be the same.
Okay.
Right? They're going to be different workshops on how to get organized on campus, how to get involved, and as well as educational about what they do and about the climate crisis.
Okay.
So yeah, it should be pretty darn cool.
I am intrigued. You've given us all this information.
Yeah.
Very, very great. I didn't even have to ask you any questions, really, because you just gave me everything I needed. Where can we keep track of the dates and times for all of the events?
Oh, great, yes. So there's already some electronic flyers down on the monitor in this very building, DVIC, but there are flyers up on the student union monitors, Bayard Hall monitors, library monitors, as well as you should just see a lot of information or flyers up around campus on all the bulletin boards.
Okay.
And of course, Facebook, Reconnect, the student organization is up on Facebook. I think it's just Reconnect SELU or something like that.
Okay.
If you just put it in the little search bar, it'll come up.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So we've got that social justice speaker panel series coming up really soon, as well as the organization meetings that are taking place on the 17th. Go to the Reconnect Southeastern Facebook page to keep track of all the dates and times. Thank you so much for being here.
Can I get one more thing in?
Absolutely.
And more information about the Social Justice Speaker Series is, of course, on the Sociology and Criminal Justice website.
Perfect.
And Reconnect, as they host the totally student-run farmers market, the Reconnect Farmers Market here on campus. And that's next Wednesday on campus on March 18th, and that is in front of the Student Union. And as well, that's a great event promoting environmentally sustainably produced food, community, and our local economy.
Thank you so much for all of that. Next up, Claudio Franc shares how we can get involved with the food pantry here on campus. So I'll see you after the break.
Welcome to Southeastern Louisiana University, located in Hammond, America. Join us at one of our free Lion Pride preview events where you have the opportunity to learn about academics, housing, honors, career services, Center for Student Excellence, and much more. This event is all about you, so we want you and your guests to make it all your own. While visiting, you can take a tour of our beautiful campus and have free lunch at the #1 campus dining location in the state of Louisiana. You can also sit down face-to-face with your admissions counselor to see where you are at in the admissions process. To find our dates and registration information, please visit southeastern.edu/lionpridepreview. And as always, lion up!
The Food Pantry's Claudio Franc joins us now to share how we can all get involved with the food pantry. Welcome.
Thank you.
So why don't you first start off by telling us all about the food pantry, where it is, when we can go, how all of that works.
Sure. So the food pantry is located centrally on campus. It's in McGehee Hall, room 109.
Okay.
And the hours of operation are Monday through Thursday, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. And then we also offer appointments on Friday. So say you can't come to campus to make that 12 to 5 time Monday through Thursday, you can also email us.
Okay.
foodpantry@southeastern.edu. And you can schedule an appointment anytime between 7:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., the university's hours.
Right.
And then someone will be there to open up the pantry for you to make sure that you can get anything that you might need.
Okay. So what kinds of things are available at the food pantry? Is there a cap on how much you can take at a time, that kind of thing?
Sure. So we have lots of different items available, everything from breakfast foods to pastas. And then we also have a lot of snack foods too, because we have a lot of students who like to just come by and just grab things like really quickly to eat, either in between classes or going from school to work or just things like that. And then we also have a lot of hygiene items as well.
Okay.
And so we do have soap, conditioner, shampoo, body wash, a lot of female hygiene products as well.
Okay, perfect.
And then we also have a refrigerator that has some items in the fridge and in the freezer whenever we have those items available. So we try to offer a good bit of items, and students can get up to 20 items a week.
Okay.
And however, we ask that they get no more than 3 of the same item a day, just so that other students can have a chance to get the same items.
Perfect. And you do need to bring your ID when you go to the food pantry,
Yes.
to make sure that you're actually a student here.
Absolutely, yes.
All right. So how can students in the community kind of get involved and give donations and that kind of thing?
So we have a lot of different ways that we can get donations. Normally, we kind of rely on student organizations or church groups or any other kind of departmental organizations. A lot of times, they'll kind of have their own individual food drives.
Okay.
And then they'll either bring the donation items to the food pantry during our operating hours, or sometimes they'll contact us via our email that I mentioned earlier, and they'll let us know, like, hey, we're thinking of doing this. Are these some of the items that you think you'll need? If not, what are you looking for? That way we can try to get those items. And then what's a good meeting date and time that we could kind of meet up with you to deliver the items. And so that works really well for us, because that way we can write it down and make sure that we have everything that we need in order to be taking care of those donation items and put them away efficiently.
Okay, and something like a food pantry at Southeastern was just, put together maybe a year or 2 years ago?
Actually, it was started in 2013 by the university administration in response to a tragic event that happened. One of the students that we had, they were an international student, and it was during one of the university breaks, and that student didn't have enough access to food, and tragically the student ended up committing suicide.
Oh my goodness.
And so the university saw this as a real issue that they needed to take care of, and here we are 7 years later.
Yeah, and Southeastern is a tight-knit community, but we're still, a pretty good distance away from any grocery stores or things like that.
Yeah.
And even that, I mean, if you don't have the resources to go and get those things like money for an Uber or a bike or whatever, it's hard to get to those things. And if you don't have any money, all of that is kind of, for naught because you can't purchase anything anyway. So having something here where students can access, it's sad that we need it, but it's also great that we have it for, the students that are in need, so I'm happy to see it here.
I agree completely.
Can you tell us a couple of stories? I know that you kind of keep things anonymous, but a couple of stories where this food pantry has kind of been helpful for a student?
Yeah, sure. So I think it was actually just about 2 weeks ago. Every once in a while we'll have students who come in who are like first timers,
okay,
as we like to call them. And so we had this one student come in, they just kind of popped their head through the door and they're like, what is this place? And so I was working at the time. I told them, this is our food pantry. And I kind of give them a little rundown, told them what items we have. We have bags here. You can grab whatever you need. And then they kept stopping every few minutes just to tell me how thankful that they are that we have something like this here for them, because, they didn't want to mention that they were going through food insecurities and things like that. Because honestly, at the end of the day, you never really know what someone's going through.
Right.
Whether they have a food insecurity or not, what level of severity that is for them. And so having this, especially in an area like McGehee Hall, not many people know about it, so it's not something very public for them in case they are a little embarrassed to go to the food pantry.
Sure.
And so that really just kind of made me appreciate why I do and be thankful for it.
For sure. Thank you so much. For those of you that are in need and need to take a visit to the food pantry for food or hygiene items, you can go to McGehee Hall. It's room 109. Make sure you have your ID, and it's open 12 to 5 Monday through Thursday and by appointment on Fridays. So don't be shy. Go on over if you need to the food pantry. Up next is our CAB co-host Megan Blomquist. Stay tuned for activities this week. On this good day at Southeastern, we're talking to SGA President Carly Bordelon.
Hey everybody, we're out here at Hot August Night. We're at
We're reporting live from Southeastern's Career Fair today.
And we are live at the Homecoming Court Reception, which is the first event to kick off Southeastern's 2019 Homecoming.
Here with Austin Rogers. I'm Amber Narrow with Good Day, and today I'm kind of taking over as the, temporary host, because this is you guys' thing, right?
But it's for a very good cause, and it's a cause that's very important to the both of us. That reason is sickle cell, and it's very important to us because I was diagnosed at 3 months old with sickle cell.
Hi, this is Kiara Moore. We're live from Friendship Circle. As you can see, a whole bunch of the festivities are beginning around here as we go live for our first home football game.
Hey, this is Zachariah Cameron with Brian Bennett, the Lions football great. He's being inducted to the Schools Hall of Fame during halftime. So, Brian, how does that feel?
It's an amazing experience. I really enjoyed my time here at Southeastern.
We are so excited. I am shaking in my seat.
Me too. Me too.
To have Mr. Clarence Gilliard Jr. here with us.
Well, how about you give us a little spirit from the Lions?
All right. Hey, line up, line up.
So we're here with our CAB co-host Megan. It's Megan Monday.
My favorite.
So why don't you just tell us what you have going on this week in CAB?
Okay, so CAB has been making decisions. We
Awesome.
we've decided our Strawberry Jubilee theme.
Okay.
So it's going to be Disney World.
Yay!
It's CAB's World.
I love Disney.
We just felt like that will give the people who want to participate the most opportunities because there's so many routes you can do with Disney.
Exactly.
And then the Lion King, I mean, we're the Lions. CAB's definitely going to put an emphasis on that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just wanted to tell everyone today that go ahead and start registering. The link is on our CAB website. You can just go to Southeastern's main page and just type in CAB.
Mm-hmm.
And sign up start now because we don't like for people to do the same thing.
Exactly.
And people don't want to do the same thing anyway because if
Right.
you're trying to get money, if someone has the same theme as you, no one's going to want to come to your booth if that person has it.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you have your favorite Disney movie that you just have to have, go ahead and sign up now.
Yes.
Because they go
And that's
fast.
for Strawberry Jubilee
Yes.
booths that are going to be selling food and doing games and
activities.
whatever else you guys have.
April 8th. 11
April
to 2.
8th, 11 to 2 in the Student Union Park.
Yep.
And there will be strawberry cake, strawberry shortcake. Rumi will be there. There'll
Maybe.
be games. I did inflatable boxing one year for Strawberry Jubilee.
Oh, okay.
And that was a lot of fun. Just saying if you want to throw those kinds of activities in there. Just, little bug in your ear. No pressure. What else do you guys have going on besides Strawberry Jubilee?
Well, we have our parade next week. I talked about that last time. I talked about our Mulan movie last time.
Yes.
That's still everything the same.
And by the
with
parade, she
those.
means the St. Patrick's Day parade.
Yes,
Wear your green, catch something
Get
off the
something
golf
nice.
cart, and then the campus-wide viewing of Mulan for those of you that want
Right.
to take the Lion Tracks over to AMC.
Right.
You just sign up.
Yeah, you're going to sign up. That's also going to be on our website. It'll also be in the captions of our post for that. And what was I going to say about that? Oh, 7 p.m. That's when we're going to do our movie.
March 30th.
March 30th.
Okay.
We decided on a time.
I remembered.
Yeah,
Awesome.
you did.
I did.
And also, this is exciting news too, but CAB created a TikTok.
What?
Yeah, so Southeastern CAB.
I don't have a TikTok yet.
Oh, okay.
I need to get one.
Me neither, but
it's fun to watch them.
CAB does. Yeah, they are fun to watch. My friends have shown me some. And so CAB, we made that decision. We were like, well, we're getting the younger generation comes through, we got to stay connected.
Right.
So Southeastern CAB, we posted one already, and it got a pretty good like amount. So
Okay.
I think it's funny. So you guys should go also look at that.
Nice. Yeah. All right. Anything else going on with CAB?
That's it.
All right. I think that's a lot though. Strawberry Jubilee, the Mulan movie, parade,
and TikTok.
And the TikTok. Y'all go check out the TikTok for CAB. What are your social media handles one more time?
Southeastern CAB.
Southeastern CAB on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok as well?
Yep.
Awesome. We've got a whole list. Thank you so much, Megan.
Yep.
Megan Monday. Thanks for joining us today on Good Day Southeastern. Stay tuned for news from around the world. Lion up.
This is AP News Minute. A cruise ship carrying at least 21 people on board with the coronavirus is due to dock in Oakland, California, Monday. The 2,000-plus passengers will be brought to their home countries or military bases for 14 days quarantine. North Korea fired 3 short-range projectiles off its east coast Monday. The country had threatened to take momentous action after other countries condemned its earlier live-fire exercises. Civil rights icon Jesse Jackson endorsed Senator Bernie Sanders for president at a rally in Michigan. Former Massachusetts Governor Deval Patrick campaigned for Joe Biden in Mississippi. A Nashville congregation held Sunday services in a tent outside their church, which was badly damaged by last week's tornado. Tennessee's governor attended and work crew members took off their hard hats to pray. Ed Donahue, The Associated Press, with AP News Minute.
March 9th, 1954. Journalist Edward R. Murrow takes on Senator Joe McCarthy's anti-communist campaign. Murrow critically reviews McCarthy's tactics on his See It Now program on CBS.
The actions of the junior senator from Wisconsin have caused alarm and dismay amongst our allies abroad and given considerable comfort to our enemies. And whose fault is that? Not really his. He didn't create this situation of fear. He merely exploited it, and rather successfully.
Months later, McCarthy is censured by his fellow senators, bringing his campaign to an end. 1862, a Civil War battle at Hampton Roads, Virginia, opens a new chapter in naval warfare. Two ironclad ships, the Monitor and the Virginia, formerly known as the Merrimack, clash for 5 hours to a draw. 1996, comedian George Burns dies in Beverly Hills, California at age 100. His career spanned from radio and TV with wife Gracie Allen to playing God on the silver screen.
Incidentally, kill is the word. It's not waste. If I meant waste, I would have written thou shalt not waste.
And 1997. In Los Angeles, the notorious B.I.G. is killed in a drive-by shooting that remains unsolved. The gangster rapper, whose real name was Christopher Wallace, was 24 years old. Today in history, March 9th. Sandy Kozel, The Associated Press.